Hi, I'm Daddy John, and I'm going to read Chapter 4, the very last chapter of Biscuit and Gravy's Bad Luck, Good Luck. Chapter 4, The Big Trip. Uncle Jimmy and the boys got to our house before breakfast. I was in the barn getting corn for the goats when Uncle Jimmy's big station wagon came down our drive kicking up dust. I wondered if Mary Lou would hear his car. All my cousins came running to the barn, and the first thing they wanted to do was see the treehouse. "Follow me," I shouted, and we were off to the woods to see the treehouse. I told them I was going to get my friend and for them to climb up and play. I ran all the way to Mary Lou's house. When I got there, she was feeding the chickens. I helped her finish up, and she went to the house to tell her grandmother Jake where she was going. We walked slow back to the treehouse. It was hard saying something meaningful. "Mary Lou, I'm looking forward to shrimping, but we've never been apart for a week." "It will pass fast for you, Johnny, learning all sorts of new things. You won't have time to miss me." Mary Lou looked at me and smiled. "Yes, I will." I reached over and held her hand, but she pulled it away, looking surprised. "Did I scare you? I guess nobody except my grandparents hold my hand." "Can I hold it?" "I guess." I was a little nervous, but I reached over and touched the back of her hand. Then she took my hand in hers and squeezed. It felt good and warm. I was embarrassed because my hand was all sweaty. "It's all right, Johnny. We can hold hands. Mary Lou, I'm going to bring you a big tub of shrimp in ice just for you and your grandparents." "That'll be nice, Johnny." We started hearing my cousins when I suggested that I could call her by phone when I got to Uncle Jimmy's house. "Maybe I could call you tonight or Sunday night." "That would be nice, Johnny. Grandpa Sam gave me $10 to spend. Would you like me to buy you a book?" "Would you spend your money on me?" "Sure I would. I really meant it. What would you like me to buy you?" "Nancy Drew mysteries," she answered. "I never heard of her. She's a kid writer. Grandpa Sam would never have her in his library." "Okay, I'll get you one. Thanks, Johnny." We could still hear my cousins. "I guess we should be going so you could meet them." "Okay." When we got inside of the treehouse, we let go of each other's hand. I think we were both a little embarrassed. My cousins were very rowdy. Two of them were on the roof, shouting and waving, and the others were on the big sleeping porch. When we got to the ladder, we noticed the elevator box was upstairs. Mary Lou climbed up first and was on the porch. My cousins surrounded her as I climbed onto the porch, only to see the elevator box, and it was full of manure. Then I saw the baby goat. Moses had gone back to the goat field after I left for Mary Lou's house and got one of the babies. The trip up to the porch must have scared it to death. Goats are climbers, but there is a lot of difference between swinging in a box and climbing on the roof of Grandpa's shed. I got my cousins out of the treehouse and got the baby goat back to its mother, and we went up to Grandpa's house. Moses looked sheepish, but we didn't tell on him. Grandpa fixed lunch, and right after lunch, we loaded my suitcase, tied it to the top of Uncle Jimmy's station wagon. Mary Lou and I said goodbye, and we all drove off. I can still see Mary Lou standing next to Grandpa waving to me. Jimmy and his family lives at Carolina Beach, outside of Wilmington. It was going to be a long ride with all of us stuffed in Uncle Jimmy's station wagon. It started storming when we got to Charlotte. We noticed the clouds first, and then the rain started coming down so hard we had to roll up all the windows. The rain cooled the air as the wind pushed Uncle Jimmy's station wagon around. When we got to Uncle Jimmy's beach house, the rain started to slow down. Uncle Jimmy untied my suitcase as we all ran upstairs. Aunt Brenda May gave me a big hug and welcomed me. When Uncle Jimmy got upstairs, he gave me my suitcase, which was soaked. Jimmy Jr. showed me which bedroom I was going to sleep in, and I unpacked my wet clothes and threw them over the shower curtain rod to dry. Before I got my wet clothes hung up, Uncle Jimmy and Aunt Brenda May came to my room and asked me to sit down with them on the bed. Your Grandpa Sam called, and we're sorry, but we got some bad news, Uncle Jimmy started. Your grandpa said Mary Lou didn't get home. They've been looking for her all afternoon, but they haven't been able to find her. They thought she might have taken shelter in the storm. They called to see if you might know where she might have gone to get out of the storm. Aunt Brenda May put her arm around me. I didn't know what to answer. Where could Mary Lou have gone, except the treehouse or our barn? I didn't know, I answered. Can we call Mary Lou's house, I asked. Ring, ring, Grandma Jake. What happened? Johnny, we don't know. Mary Lou didn't come home after you left. Grandpa got the pickup out, and we rode over to your place when the storm hit. When we realized she wasn't there, we all went looking for her. After about an hour, we called Sheriff Loftus, and he got up a search party, but they didn't find her. They gave up after dark and will start again in the morning. But Grandma, you can't let her stay out all night. Where's Beans? We don't know. Must be with Mary Lou. Grandma, where's my grandpa? He's over here with us. We just don't know what to do. Let me talk to my grandpa, please. Johnny. Grandpa's voice sounded uncertain, or maybe it was sounding worried. Grandpa, where's Biscuit and Gravy? Outside, Johnny. Bring them to the phone. Hurry. Jake let the dogs in. I could hear them barking and their nails on the floor. Grandpa, can they hear me? I'll put the phone close to them. Biscuit, Gravy, go find Mary Lou and Beans. You can do it. Go find them in the dark. The dogs started barking and ran across the floor, bumping open the screen door, and were off. Grandpa, can you hear me? I can, Johnny. All of you go follow Biscuit and Gravy. They'll lead you to Mary Lou, okay? Okay, Johnny, I think you're right. We'll follow them. They'll find her. Grandpa, Uncle Jimmy's going to bring me home right now. Grandpa Sam later told me they followed Biscuit and Gravy into the woods. I thought we would never get home. It was about midnight. We stopped at Mary Lou's house. All the lights were on and the front door open, but no one was there. Uncle Jimmy went inside. Johnny, come here. They left a note. Whoopee, they found her. They found her. My heart was pounding so hard I could feel it. Johnny, they went to the hospital in Myrtle Beach. Come on, let's get going. It was a 45-minute drive in the rain. We had to be careful not to go fast enough to slide off the road. When we got to the hospital, Biscuit and Gravy and Beans were laying outside the front door. When I jumped out of the truck, they ran towards me, jumping up so hard they knocked me down. It was raining hard, but I didn't mind. They were my heroes. Uncle Jimmy helped me to get up, and we ran inside the emergency room. Grandpa Sam, where is she? She's in there with Jake and her grandfather. How is she? Well, she's all right. I think she has a broken arm and a badly twisted ankle. She going to be all right? Yes, she is. Can I see her? Let's ask the nurse, Johnny. Mary Lou's grandpa came out so I could go in. I was so relieved to see her. She was covered in mud. They had cleaned her face off and her hands, arms, and legs, but her clothes still had mud all over them. She had a cast on her left arm, and her left ankle was wrapped tight with a badge. She had bandages. She had scrapes and bruises all over her legs, arms, and face. Hi, Mary Lou. You scared me. I scared me too. What happened to you? The wind blew a tree onto me, and I couldn't get unstuck. Beans was stuck too, but he wiggled out. There was a water moccasin, but Beans killed it right in front of my face. Were you worried? I missed you being there to save me. Grandma told me how you sent Biscuit and Gravy out to find me. You're so smart. No, I'm not smart. I just know how much Biscuit and Gravy love you. They do? Yep. We all do. We all laughed, relieved that Mary Lou was safe and with us again. I don't know how to say this, but I felt very different about Mary Lou from the moment on. Her danger changed my life. I reached out and held her hand. I didn't care what anybody thought. Mary Lou smiled at me. I knew we would always be friends. Johnny, I'm glad you're here. Mary Lou always knew how to make me feel good. I didn't go back to Uncle Jimmy's that summer. Hi, I'm Daddy John, and I'm going to read Chapter 4 of Biscuit and Gravy, Good Luck, Bad Luck. Chapter 4 of Biscuit and Gravy, Good Luck, Bad Luck. I did it again.
Yeah.